Welcome back to our vlog into the Alps, day 3 of our tour, by far the most adventurous day in our trip. We started the day with our very own personalized buffet. If you remember, we shopped for these on the day 2 and we had plenty to go. Right after this, we had to take an early morning connection via Spies and Wisp to Zermatt. The route was scenic all throughout. The water was just pristine, clouds all over, clear bright day, magical. Spies to Wisp, and from Wisp the Vista Dome train all the way to Zermatt. There are absolutely no words to describe this view, and the route is scenic all around you. The Vista Dome experience is also included in your Swiss travel pass. बस यूं ही देखते देखते हम पहुंच गए ज़रमाट स्टेशन से बस निकलते ही सामने है गॉर्नरग्राट बर्न. This is where you get off the train at Zermatt, and right across the road is the Gornergrat Bern. Now you guys, Gornergrat का जो train था उसके लिए you have to take the tickets unless you're on a scenic route pass. And this train, which is a cogwheel train, was again just an amazing experience going all the way up. This was about a 30-minute train ride, and more than the ride, this was absolutely an experience because it gave you such a fantastic view into the snowy side, the mountains, the Alps, and these quaint little villages. There was not a moment that you could blink for. Soon we reached the hilltop. It was snowed in a little bit, though it was not as white as we'd imagined, but it was really, really pretty. The snow was glistening and we were excited. Zermatt to Gornergrat is a hiking trail, and we spotted quite a few hikers. And there's the Matterhorn again. Well, Matterhorn is the same symbol you see on the Toblerone bar, and through this entire journey from one side to the other, we kept seeing this beautiful, gorgeous mountain.
We will be arriving at the Gornergrat in just a few minutes. Wow. Please have your tickets ready for the electronic turnstile. Take your free souvenir photo at the photo point. The Gornergrat Railway wishes you a pleasant stay.
And then we reached Gornergrat, our mountain destination for Switzerland, and we were so very excited. We got off the train and then we had to punch our tickets through the electronic turnstiles to get into the experience area. So here at Gornergrat, we are at almost 3000 meter height, and for reference, the mountain tops, including the Matterhorn, is almost 4000 meter high. And here you see behind me a glacier. It's called Gorner Glacier. And there's the Gorner Glacier again. Look how glorious it is on this clear, bright day. We wanted to go up and see what else is there at the summit. So once we got out here, we figured that there's a restaurant, there's this astronomical viewpoint, and a lot of other activities which we did not get into because we have a hike planned. Oh, but this view though, we could not get enough of it. We spent so much time just staring into the white snow. It was so extremely peaceful out here. The air was so fresh. We were actually scared if the altitude is going to be a problem, but it was absolutely not. We really enjoyed the trip. Where are we? We are in Matterhorn. We are in Gornergrat. There were so many photo opportunities all around Gornergrat. There were some lovely tourists around here who offered to take our photos and spend a lot of time helping us around. And now to our trekking. This is our route for the Riffelsee hike. Our hike was centered around this lake which is called Riffelsee, which comes from the word reflection. It's a very popular trekking route and we now know why. The day was clear, the lake was not too frozen, there was a lot of light, and then we got the perfect reflection pictures.
Where are we?
We are doing the Riffelsee hike, and look how pretty it is. So how did we get here? We took the train from Gornergrat down just one station. Then we got off and started walking and caught the train back 2 stations later. This was our first time looking at something so amazing, these frozen lakes. We were way too excited. The trek was for about 2 hours and each and every moment was breathtaking. हम हैं मैटरहॉर्न में।
और वो पीछे क्या है?
वो है गॉर्नर ग्लेशियर, वो है गॉर्नरग्राट, वहीं से हाइक करके आए हैं। और ये है मैटरहॉर्न।
हम भी पिकनिक करते हैं।
I think has about 5 lakes. There is something called a 5-lake hike. But the Riffelsee hike, I must say, was quite a simple one. For people like me who's not very athletic, it was pretty good. And after walking for a long time, finally spotted the rail line. So our hike is coming to an end, but we must tell you, we highly recommend taking at least one of these in Switzerland because it will be absolutely exhilarating. And now from Riffelsburg, it was time to get back to Zermatt. Now Zermatt is one of the most popular, most touristy and most visited Swiss villages, and for good reason. It has a lot to do, it has a lot of treks and ski trips you can take from here. You can actually choose to stay here. And remember, this is actually a car-free village, which means that you can only get here by public transport and you would have to leave your car behind. And this actually ensures that the town is very clean and very pedestrian friendly. We walked around for quite some time and we would love to go back there someday. But while walking, we had an idea that from here we can go back to Visp and spend the evening in Bern. So we really wanted to squeeze in some time for Bern, which is the capital of Switzerland, and we had crossed the station while our other trips and we definitely wanted to be here. So while we were reading up on Bern, we realized that the monuments are mostly going to be closed on account of COVID. So we thought an evening in Bern, walking around the Sunset Tower in the old city, looking at the Parliament building would be a pretty good idea. As we made our way towards the Parliament building, we saw this line. We thought it's the entrance, but it was actually for this fabulous light and sound show. So Switzerland, as you all know, is a very clean and green country, works towards sustainability, and this is one of their ways of sending that message across to people of Switzerland. This is actually a projection on the Swiss Parliament building, and this was an absolute bonus for us to, and it only happens I think on Sundays, we were told, but it was just an amazing experience, and to see the message go out there was just great. The old city of Bern is a typically European medieval town. It has plenty of these fountains, actually over 100 of them, because of which it was also known as the city of fountains. And so you know the city is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is an evening in Bern, the capital of Switzerland.
Yes.
And this is old city.
Yes.
And that's one
All
of the
around.
fountains.
Yes.
Over 800 years old, and through many renovations, this clock still stands as one of the most famous landmarks of the city. We kept walking around the old city, and I think after a point we lost account of how many fountains had we really seen, but we were never in loss of drinking water. And now for our most awaited destination, the Einstein house. Well, it is said that Einstein actually resided here for quite a significant time, and E is equal to mc square was actually thought of here. We could not go in as it was closed on account of COVID, but what we got to know is that the actual residence has been converted to a museum. And with that, our very eventful day 3 comes to a close. We hope you like traveling with us. For more such videos, please keep watching this space.